Matilda. I'm just going to be preparing this bed and planting some of the, hopefully all of the seedlings that I've got left to plant. So I just spent 10 minutes talking to my camera and it wasn't recording, which is cool. So Reese and I got married 6 months ago, or 7 months ago, at the beginning of December, and we immediately moved out here. So I think I had a few weeks off before the wedding because I was planning it and I was trying to make sure everything got done, and then I had a couple of weeks off after, and so we were going to use that time to move out here and have a little staycation on our new property, which we did. We didn't have any power until I think it was it the beginning of January or like mid-January? I don't know, a long time we didn't have any power. So we were living out of an esky, and we had gas hot water, so we had gas tanks, and we didn't have a water meter, so all our water was free. But we moved out here and we own the house that we were living in, and we've only just last weekend finished emptying it out and cleaning it out and doing all the gardening and stuff that needs to be done so that we can rent it out. So every weekend we were either there doing a little bit of work, and it took us 7 months, so we were doing it slowly, or we were here doing other things like building a garden or building a fence around the garden, fixing the sheep fence, any number of things. And if we were here doing stuff, we were feeling pretty guilty that we weren't at that old house cleaning it out. So now that's done, and being able to be here and not feel guilty feels so good. Last night Reese and I were talking about what we were going to do this weekend, and it just felt so good not to have to wrestle with myself to convince us to go out there, because we're about half an hour away from where we used to live, and so it's not like we can't just pop out there. I mean, we could, but we weren't just popping out there for an hour or so and doing a little bit and then coming home. We ended up in the habit of going there, doing a little bit of work, ordering some lunch because we can't get delivery out here, so we'd get delivery when we were there, and then we'd do a little bit more work, but we'd be in a food coma. So then we'd just leave because we tired ourselves out with eating too much food. So it's a good feeling. And now we can think about the things that we want to do here, and establishing this property, which is the goal. I mean, there's some things that we haven't sacrificed, like this garden. I really wanted to get a garden started and in the ground, and I'm glad that we did that, because it would be we might have got the house cleaned out first. I'm trying not to think about all the rental income that we missed out on for 7 months. Oh jeez. Don't think about it. It's not worth it. Can't change it now. But yeah, anyway. So now we're thinking about, I really want a greenhouse. I'd like a greenhouse before the end of winter. So that's, I think, the next big thing on our list. And I really like the Anna White greenhouse that Justin Rhodes has. That he had Jason from Sow the Land build for him. So I think we're going to try and build that. Having looked at it, I think the hardest bit is going to be converting everything from imperial to metric, to get all the timber and everything to the right sizes. We've never really built anything significant before, so it should be an interesting experiment. This bed has so many weeds. So I'm putting another variety of pea. So this will be, I've got 3 in the front garden, 1 here on this little trellis thing, and this will be, I guess, the 5th variety that I've got in my garden. Oh, I'm sick of weeding. So this pea is called Novella. It's a shelling pea, and it's actually leafless. I mean, there are leaves here, but it's the majority of the plant will be these tendrils, and it's a bush variety, so it's doesn't need as much support as the other varieties I've got. All my other varieties are climbing. And yeah, so I've only got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of these. I gave a few away to a friend who was having trouble starting some seeds, so I'm gonna put them, they're meant to go fairly close together, so I might go like that far apart. And the idea is that they'll hold hands and they'll support each other because they've got all these tendrils. So I'm going to put them in this end of the bed, and then I've got some other stuff in this tray. I'll show you. So this is tiger monkey flower. We bought a little seed dispenser thing, and turns out it doesn't work with tiny seeds. So we've got tiger monkey flower that are very closely sown. I mean, if they're tiny seeds, they probably don't mind too much. Carnations. These are those peas. This was broad beans down here, and I've got one straggler that came up after I planted the others. And then pak choi on the other side, also planted very close together because they are round seeds and they're quite small, so the seed spreader thing did not work. So I'm just dibbing the holes. I've dibbed 11 holes, and I'm just doing like an alternating, so one here, one here, one here, one here. I've never planted these before, so I don't know if that's going to be right. We'll see. Okay, so that's done. There weren't very many plants, so wasn't too big of a job. Hopefully they will like it here.